And welcome to this Partner CPRM tutorial on how to create individual new members for your ecosystem. So if you don't need to add a long list of members using a spreadsheet, you just want to add one member, this is the best way to go. So first you can get to your member library by clicking members on the left side of the screen, and then here we can click the add member drop down choice. Now there are three different sub pages in the member builder. The first is going to have sort of core information on this member, a lot of the default information and attributes. The only two required fields is the primary member name and their map label. We always recommend using a label because if you have just their full name displaying in network maps, it gets very, very difficult to see and to read. So we always recommend using no more than four digits or letters here to keep that short. So for an example here, we might use Visible Network Labs as an actual member of a network. And so here we're going to put our label name as VNL. Now technically, once you add these two data points, you'll see that the save button options become lit up and clickable. So that's technically all you need to include. For example, if you're looking at just orgs and you don't care about things like contact information. Usually though, you are going to want as much of this information filled in as possible because it gives you a lot more options later on when you're analyzing things. So I'm going to put in just some information for myself as a representative or primary contact in this case, for Visible Network Labs. All right, so once you've got that filled in, on the second section here, we have our address information. And this is really great to use when you can because it allows you to do GIS mapping, and it will also power those GIS attributes that we discussed in a previous video. The best way to do this is using the built-in search tool. So I'm just going to throw in here our old physical address, which is the Alliance Center here. And so that showed up. And then lastly, if we have any important notes about this member, this is our company, for example, you can add a note and this will show up here dated, with the user who set it up and the text. So great little note keeping system. If we switch over to the attributes page, you'll see sector and primary org function, which are the two default attributes that we include, and then also any attributes that you have created. So this is a custom attribute I created in our last video on custom attributes. If you hover over it, you'll read the description you provided, which is great. It sort of helps keep your team on the same page when it comes to definitions for different attributes. So I can go ahead and really just say that we serve the general population. We're private sector, and science and technology is our main function. So this is this can be as long or short as you want, but just I will note here that all of the attributes will be displayed based on their attribute group. And so here we've got one group with services info, and you can use more as well. If you want any attributes that are not filled in to be hidden, you can check this, and as you can see, it'll disappear both here and on the front end so that you're not looking at a bunch of blank fields. You can also leave that there though if it's something you plan to fill in. The third tab here is on secondary contacts associated with this primary member. And so if we do have other individuals, maybe different departments that we want to track, our relationships with it as well, we can just enter them here as secondary contacts. So for example, if Danielle, our CEO, if we wanted to remain in touch with her as well as me, we could add in her information here. And then that will be saved and associated with this primary member. So once you're all finished, you can choose save, save and close, or save and add new, depending on what it is you're trying to do. We will go ahead just and save and close. And when it brings you back to your member library here, you should see the new member you just added, saved and explorable. So clicking it will open your member card, where you can kind of explore each of the various member tabs that we have filled in here. So that is a quick overview of how to create a new member in your ecosystem. If you do need to upload a lot of members at the same time, we definitely recommend using the file spreadsheet option. And we have a whole video tutorial that walks you through that process as well. I hope you found today's video interesting and informative. Thanks for watching.